Welcome. We are live. I hope you can hear me as I am in Palma, Mallorca, a Spanish island on the Mediterranean Sea. Isn't that exciting? It's also
Yes.
4 in the morning, which is why I sound like I'm doing a jazz radio show. Uh, and at the airport in Madrid this week, at the airport, we flew in Madrid. I was using my iPhone to translate when I wanted to talk to people to order food or whatever, because you can, translate. It comes right up when the people talk into the phone. I had my phone on the table next to me and it was on. And suddenly a woman at the next table who had been talking to another woman in Spanish walks over to me and goes, she goes, "Are you listening to our conversation?" She said, and that was the worst accent. That wasn't Spanish at all. But she asked if I was listening to her conversation and pointed at my phone that was in fact translating them from the table. And I thought, first of all, what would it matter? So if they were speaking English, I could automatically hear what they're saying. And so I confidently looked her in the eye and I said, "Ich verstehe nicht." Okay, start the show.
Oh man, that was a long one.
That was a long
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian Tim Conniff, plus funny songs from Janet and Charles Cox, and a patty melt from Patti Vasquez, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Yay! So I'll take the length of that out of the monologue. So welcome to the virtual comedy show. It's 4 a.m.'s Spain edition. I'm Brad Tassell, and we are joined by our stars just back from Cape Cod this week. Steve Goodie, but he's at home right now, flew in, and who has started his world tour where he's ending in Edinburgh, his new home. That's going to be great in August. And of course, just back from her 11th trip in the last month and a half to New Orleans, it's radio host, comedian, and rebel to the empire, Patti Vasquez. Everybody is here too, which is nice. We also have a super duper show with comedian and our new friend, Tim Conniff. Any relation to Frank Conniff? Do you know?
No, I am not. Not that I know of, no.
Do you know Frank Conniff?
I saw his name recently on Facebook, so I don't know him now.
He was on Mystery Science. He played TV's Frank on Mystery Science Theater 3000. So we're all
Okay.
And of course, our musical pals, Janet and Charles. It's Janet, right? Charles, of course. It's the Cox twins. Wait, they're married. I think they're not twins.
It's Tennessee,
Anyway.
they might be.
It's Tennessee. They could be. You're right. They live near Nashville. And by the way, so where I'm sitting right now, I know it looks like I'm doing a 1970s PBS local talk show. Got the plant and I got the wall, and you're waiting for like the local congressman to come in and tell us his plan. But I'm actually in the lounge of the lobby bathroom of our hotel in Mallorca, because Janet's asleep upstairs and she has a conference, and I don't want to be loud in the cabin. Although in the cabin, oh God, we're not on a cruise. But but I did have to run up there for a second to get something and come back down. And I kind of woke her up, but she doesn't wake up. She's a sleepwalker. So she started slapping me when I came in and showed me she was choking on something that was stuck in her throat. And I said, yeah, but you're talking and choking, and something about being panicked and asleep that just doesn't get through. So, and by the way, as I said, we're in Spain. My wife is presenting at an educational conference here, stuff that's way above my knowledge base and capability to even comprehend. But I have eaten a lot of nice bread and olive oil and dip my toes in the Mediterranean. But mostly I get a lot of locals here that go, "What? when I try to speak Spanish. That's fantastic. They're just like, what? I can say anything and they just don't understand me. And then somebody else says it, it sounds just the same as I said it, and they still don't understand me. So I just speak English and they appreciate it. So, hey, Steve, there's number 2 right there.
2.
2. Hey, so,
2.
okay. So we had jet lag for the first 2 days and I got over it and now it's back for this. So here we go. Let's try the jokes, get through them real quick and get through our lives. Here we go. First joke, something that y'all wanted to know. Did you know that deaths from heart attacks are down by over 90% for the last 50 years? So in the last 50 years,
Nice.
90%. That's right. Scientific leaps mean that those having heart attacks will survive in almost every case. The downside is that most of them die soon after seeing the bill.
Oh,
That's and after the big beautiful bill passes, we'll all be dead on that one. So because nobody will have health care. On the other side of this, by the way, death from atrial fibrillation and other aneurysms, meaning like your heart beats weird and it kills you, are up 450% since 1970. And deaths caused by high blood pressure up 106%, all caused by the fact that we eat way more food than we're supposed to and it's all garbage. And we are inactive and have diabetes. That's why that's happening. Experts say the best time to deal with these issues is in childhood to decrease the likelihood of later problems, leading all baby boomers to say, thanks for nothing, experts. You can't go back. It's not going to happen. Scientists close to the study tell those over 60, just start smoking. Can't hurt you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm thinking of just smoking because it's not I'm going to die at the same time. Hey, speaking of horrible food, if you're hungry here in Palma, in Spain, you can go to Taco Bell. Oddly enough, they have a Taco Bell. I know. It's hugely popular as far as American food is concerned. Although if you want to go there and ask where it is, you say in Spanish, la laxative. So,
Wow.
Laxative. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, I thought that was fun. Beyonce is on tour, everybody. Beyonce is on tour and had to stop her concert in Houston for a few minutes because her flying car, spoiler alert, she has a flying car in the show. It's actually on wires, by the way. It malfunctioned and started to tilt with the singer still on it. It was a very scary moment. The car was quickly lowered and Beyonce was safely brought to the ground, where she took 5 minutes before restarting the show to beat her entire technical team to death. It was later found out to be a mercy killing, as her fans would have tortured them for days. So she did them a favor by murdering them. Okay, can you believe how great that joke was? Y'all know actress Alicia Hannah Kim? Who knows Alicia Hannah Kim? Anyone? No? She's on the show Cobra Kai. She plays a sensei on Cobra Kai.
Okay.
She's 37 years old, and she called the police to a conference center. She was at one of those, those cons gigs in Washington because her Cobra Kai co-star, 78-year-old Martin John Kreese Sweep the Leg Cove, bit her and then kissed the wound while they were in the green room. Bit her and then kissed the wound while they were appearing at the convention. Kim was Alicia, whatever her name is, was severely offended. She was creeped out, and Cove, for his part, said he wasn't meaning any harm, but just practicing the Miyagi karate training of lips on, lips off. Hey, and you thought the opening was long. Okay. That was super freaking long right there. That in my head seemed a lot better. I don't know if you ever have those in your life. By the way, my next guest is a dog trainer from the local shelter. I'm back on the PBS thing. Okay. It's 4 a.m., folks. Bill Gates, who we all love, has more than 66% of the money he earmarked for his foundation in only 3 stocks. This is $40 billion in only 3 stocks, 66% of the money. Microsoft, Berkshire Hathaway, and Waste Management. Isn't that wild? And a good portion of the rest of the money is used to pay for a really, really good vault, 15 ninjas, and 100 booby traps to keep those Epstein lists from getting out. Because he's on there. He splits the cost with Trump. Okay. It's getting creepy. It's going to be creepy. And the next one's going to be creepy too. Leonardo DiCaprio's 27-year-old girlfriend wore the same dress to Jeff Bezos' wedding that his then girlfriend Gisele Bündchen wore in 2003 to the Met Gala.
Ooh.
This girlfriend now is 27. She wore the dress that Gisele Bündchen wore in 2003 to the Met Gala. The dress now will be placed in storage for 2044 when it's worn by his new girlfriend, the baby Millie Bobby Brown is carrying.
Oh.
I think her last name's Bon Jovi now. Isn't it? Didn't she marry to a Bon Jovi? The Bon Jovi kid? Y'all need to keep up with the...
Yeah, we have no idea what's going on.
You know who Billy Bobby Brown is?
Yeah.
No, we're just kind of
Yes.
smiling along.
Steve, you don't know who's Billy? Okay.
Chuck does. That's all I care about.
Okay. Now this is it could have been sad news, but it's okay. A little girl fell overboard of a Disney cruise coming back from the Bahamas, and her dad jumped in to save her. Both were luckily rescued by crew members who got into lifeboats immediately and pulled them back onto the ship. No one knows how the small girl was able to get over the railing and fall into the sea, but one bystander said, maybe don't call Goofy stupid.
Oh.
It's a small girl after all.
You can swim. Yeah, it's a small girl after all. Okay, great. I'm skipping the next one because I don't like it. Here we go. No, it doesn't make any sense.
That was a
about
sarcastic
Go.
awe. You do whatever you think you should do.
It was about Go Bank Rates just came out with a minimum yearly income to be middle class, and I said that you're broke. Okay, here we go. Here's this one, then the joke of the week. Dana Popham lost her wedding ring 20 years ago and had a sneaking suspicion it had fallen behind her kitchen cabinets, but it was too hard to try to retrieve it 20 years ago. Her suspicions were confirmed. Finally, during a recent kitchen renovation when her contractor on the job bought a new motorcycle and never finished the remodel.
Oh.
Sold the ring. That's kind of funny. That was fun, wasn't it? I thought that was cute.
Bad.
That was a true story, except for the contractor part. All right, time for the joke of the week. We all love the joke of the week, don't we?
Oh, we do.
What is that? Boy, this one, I just don't think they make sense anymore. What is the best job for an injured salamander?
What is the best job for an injured salamander?
Retail.
It's Brad Tassell, everybody. There he is.
Retail.
Brad Tassell. He's there. And he's
I
over
thought that
there
was-
also.
You're there.
Well, you're
for
here.
me.
This picture
You're
right
here.
here. That's you.
Oh, that's you.
That's me. This is Bob, and that's you again.
Boy, those are old
Okay.
pictures.
I know.
You were so
And
much
getting
younger.
older.
I know.
Fantastic. All right,
tell.
that's tremendous. I think
That
we
was
should
fun.
do this.
Yes.
Any second now. I don't know if you've heard about this, but it's got me a little upset because I am the biggest fan of the Muppets you could possibly encounter ever. Love the Muppets, love everything to do with Muppets. Well, it turns out somebody in the right wing has decided to try to nicify the evil people doing evil things in our jerk of an administration right now by assigning them all Muppet names. I don't know if you've heard about this, but I am peeved. I am not okay with this. So I'm gonna. They haven't released it yet, but I've got an inside person who's getting me some dirt on this. So tonight's top 10 categories: top 10 Muppet names for all the jerks in charge now. Number 10, Dr. Teeth and the Elected Mayhem.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bob's in the way of that one. That looks like it
Yeah,
could say
Bob's in
something
the way
else.
of your TV.
Let's put him here. All right.
That helped. He's more in the way.
Hold still, Bob. Okay. Number 9. Statler and Wall Street cheating bastards. Number 8. Pepe the privileged prawn. Number 7. Big beautiful bird. We also would have accepted Big Turd. All right, moving on. Number 6. Oscar the greedy, gaudy, grifting taco. Or Oscar the couch that is nervous around the vice president. You, whichever one you want to do. The top 10 Muppet names for all the jerks in charge now. Number 5. Mr. and Mrs. Piggy. They just had a $50 million wedding, you know.
Yes.
Number 4. Fozzie barely concealing his racism. Number 3. Gonzo the Grinch. Make Gonzo great again. Remember when he was great? Number 2.
It's great.
The Swedish F-head.
Oh, God.
I'm so glad when both my parents tune in for this. And the number 1 Muppet name for all the jerks in charge now, Kermit the Fraud.
Yes.
Okay,
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you come up with Kermit the Fraud first? And
I
then
exactly did. That's right.
I knew it. I knew you
know
came
you
up
knew
with
that.
Kermit the
I
Fraud.
know
And
how
like,
this works.
okay, this is because that was one of the top 10. I think that was a top 10.
Wow. Thanks.
Yeah. Everybody,
Yeah,
let's
absolutely.
get
He
a
was number
vote.
1. He was the first one I thought of, and I knew he'd be last.
Yeah, it had to be number 1. Had to be. You know who's number 1?
Patty's number 1.
Patty's number 1.
I don't
You
know
got it?
how I feel about that. Okay. I'm not
Hi,
number
Patty.
2.
Yeah.
I feel
Gotta
like
do a
the,
1 and a 2. Where are
A
you?
1 and a 2. That's a you.
I am outside. I found my
Oh.
new spot by the basketball courts at the park across from my house. Look at that. Kids out playing basketball tonight. Can you see that?
Wow.
Isn't it wonderful to have a park across from your house?
It's the best. It was a great place to raise our kids for sure.
Yeah. I grew up in
And
that.
also it
Steve.
means less neighbors because there's no houses on the other side of the street.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, you ready for
Can
this?
you park there? Okay.
Sure, let's say that. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's pretend.
Patty crazy?
Am I
Yeah.
crazy?
Patty's
I am.
not sure, Patty's not from lunatics winning their local races to major league wackos with orange faces to obnoxious a-holes taking handicap spaces. If she's losing her mind, that's fair. She's Patti Vasquez.
Am I crazy?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I every once in a while when I'm getting ready for the show, there'll be something outrageous that happens, someone that's being a jerk or some news, story that I want to bring to your attention. My hot take on things. This is the whole idea, right? Is to flood the zone, to overwhelm us with, horrible things so that we can't react. And I don't even know. Here's really what it comes down to. Not once, but twice, I found myself watching something on Netflix called Poop Cruise, and all I could think of was Bradley Tassel. Really, and not because he makes me think of poop, but if you haven't seen it, Brad, I don't know if we want to go into it, but if you guys haven't seen it, it is a cruise ship. I don't remember this. I don't remember this story. Apparently, it was like in 2013 or 14. Yeah, I saw the footage from CNN. It kind of rang a bell, but. To be honest with you, when I hear about hard times on a cruise, I'm like, oh, sucks to be them. I'm so sad. But I know that there are a lot of comics that are on those ships. And obviously during COVID, it was really hard because there were folks who were on those ships for months. But if you haven't seen Poop Cruise, first of all, don't watch it on your phone. I really think on a big screen, you get the full effect of when the boat lists and everybody who is all the urine and fecal matter that is started to gather in showers and other receptacles starts to just come down the walls and the stairs. Because here's the thing, I had no idea, Brad. I had no idea what you go through we all kind of have these images of like buffets and they have live performances and maybe you'll get Bradley Tassel and maybe some, I don't know, musical numbers and bands. But it is just like I went to South Padre when I was 20 years old for spring break. And to see like 50 and 60-year-olds out there with their shirts off and bonging beers and like doing Jello shots. I'm like, oh, this you all deserve the poop coming down the walls. Is all I'm saying. That's terrible. And there's and I don't want to give anything away, but I don't know. I felt so bad for the cruise director, this woman from England who's like, she loves her job and she's got her voice like Mary Poppins, everyone. It's all going to be supercalifragilistic, except when you have to poop in a red bag. But I think the reason I enjoyed it so much is that it feels very much like what we're going through, right? You're like, oh, we've got everything. We've bought into this idea of what civilization is going to be like. I mean, albeit on a cruise, it's like, it's this show. I mean, like the Russian woman talking about how they're all getting laid is my favorite part of this. But at some point, but I'm just saying, like Americans, like we're all like, hey, we're like, woo, party. And then people start getting kidnapped by people wearing like little tiny ice vests from Etsy and going, oh, this seems totally normal. I'm sure this is legit. So anyway, all I'm saying is that Poop Cruise feels like an analogy for what we're going through, except that the fire, it's not like, although Carnival Cruise, here's in the contract, I'm going to, spoiler alert, in the contract from Carnival Cruise, the lawyer said they don't assure you that it's going to be a sanitary, safe, or comfortable trip. And that feels very much like the United States right now. It's not going to be a comfortable, safe, or sanitary trip. We're all going to hell. All I'm saying is, how shiny am I? Look at that. I am.
You're very shiny.
I'm a little bit sweaty today. All right then. I think no, it's actually quite pleasant right now. But I'm holding on to about 7 days of extreme heat. As you know, I came back from New Orleans, where I just nothing bad happened. As a matter of fact, because the last 5 times I've been there, first time I had to call the cops because my mom disappeared. I found her, but I don't know if it's good or bad. It snowed in January, historic snowfall, and then there were windstorms during Mardi Gras, and then 10 inmates escaped from prison. And this time, I came home on first class, unlike Brad, who had to sit in the middle seat. I'm sorry, Brad.
Oh my God! I'm 8.5-hour flight.
Yikes.
I know. I upgraded. I actually saw your thing and they offered me a first class for $100. I'm like, yeah, whatever that is. Let's go. So anyway, good night, everybody.
Yay, buddy!
Steve, you knocked us off.
I added me. All I did was add. I swear to God, I did not replace it.
Wait, bring
so Brad, do you know anyone from the Poop Cruise? They didn't even mention the comic. How do you not mention the comic? Huh?
I know both comics that were on the Poop Cruise, and they said it was. And I know Jen Baxter really well, who was the cruise director, and
she's so sweet.
She's so sweet, and it was a little overblown. It wasn't
okay.
Great,
wasn't that bad?
But it wasn't that bad. And they had food. There were 2 ships next to them within 2 hours,
right?
Making sure they had food and stuff like that. And there was a lot of smell. That was the worst thing. The smell.
There's a lot of smell. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of smell. And you're right. The cruise lines don't guarantee you anything. Yeah, no, because I mean, you're on a cruise. It's just going like this. You're at sea. I always tell people all the time, you're at freaking sea, man. You're not.
Good luck.
It could be bad. It's mostly good, but it could be bad. But
well, like I said, it's like America. It's mostly good, but it can be bad.
Yeah, and it can turn like that. And you're going to miss ports, and you're going to and it's all part of the adventure. I think that the comics did extra shows, and it was rough on them too. Yeah, they just went up as much as in the dark. In the dark, people slept on deck. It was great. Yep. I was on that ship.
Have you seen the documentary? Well, just watch it.
I haven't seen it. I haven't had a chance.
Yeah, I recommend watching it. It's so much fun to watch.
It's not as bad as being put in 40D and between 2 women that you don't know in a seat this wide when you had actually comfort booked. But to my credit, my wife, I got a premium seat. I got upgraded to premium, but I let her have it. So she had the $200 headphones and the big seat and the order. And I said, hey, maybe the woman back here will switch with you. And Janet goes, I've just ordered dinner.
I would just like to point out, if I'm not mistaken, 40D is an aisle. So I don't know how bad.
Not on a wide body that's
All right,
flying to
fine.
Europe.
I knew you'd have an answer.
A,
To
B is on the here. C, D, E, F,
I
C,
can see
D,
that.
F, G are in the middle, and then
Oh yeah.
A.
So you weren't.
No.
There was no window in your row, is what you're saying.
No window. I'm in the center of the plane,
Yep.
in the center of
Oh,
Yep.
I thought they
row.
reassigned the letters for Pride Month. I thought it was L, G, and then B, C, and then Q, and then
IA.
Well
yes,
done.
exactly. Because
Maybe not.
Oh God. So
I'm
and
getting.
so
Sorry, Patty.
I'm getting covered in gnats with
wait,
the light
before
out over
Patty
there.
leaves.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
I want to talk about New Orleans. So you seem to like it down there. Who are you
Yes.
visiting again? Who are you hanging
I have
out?
a friend. I have a friend who has an apartment in the French Quarter. So she's on Bienville and Dauphine, and because literally every time I've gone there has been like catastrophically weird. So I went back to enjoy. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of news going on right now that I have to cover for 2 hours a
No.
day, 5 days a week, and then 5 days a week from about 7:15 in the morning till 3:15 in the afternoon. I'm making sure that providers and vendors across the state of Illinois who make sure that seniors and babies and people with disabilities and hospitals, both rural and urban, have the support they need. And right now they're not getting that. Like here, 141 seniors were just turned away from employment, and that's all they have. They make $1,000 a month, but the federal funding has been cut, and they've been
Yeah.
told that they will not receive that, and the chances of many of them being homeless is pretty high. So yeah, I needed to take a break
Yes.
because I can, and I feel bad about that, but I'm trying to do everything I can for a
It's
lot of
like
people.
you're.
And hi.
It's like you're working government hospice. It's like you're
Oh my God.
the last gasps. You're trying to keep it until just be nice to it until it passes.
I'm gonna cry now. That might be my title. That might be a whole business end for me. Government hospice.
certainly a band.
It's certainly a band. Oh, government
my
hospice
God.
is the perfect band. So okay, we're sorry, Patty. We love you.
No, it's okay. It's
Okay.
fine.
It's fine. No,
Anyway,
it's fine.
It's
yeah,
fine.
I just go to New Orleans. It costs me like $250 to go. I don't pay for staying anywhere, and I don't have to buy food because everyone treats me to drinks and food because I tell them what I do for a living. Anyway,
Because that's New Orleans, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's
And you don't have to feel bad. You're awesome.
All right. Thank you.
happy to be here, everybody. I'll be in Scotland in August, by the way. So,
Will you? Oh, come see me.
oh yeah, my 25th anniversary is this Wednesday. I was wrong last time.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to
Happy
Scotland for that.
anniversary.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Let's make sure we connect there.
Yes.
Go sleep
please.
on Steve's floor.
Yeah, come sleep on
Sure.
my floor. Come and
Speaking
sleep
of
on my
sleeping on
floor.
floors, where are they?
It's been waiting for you.
Speaking of sleeping on floors,
All right.
It's musicians.
Three's Company with
musicians
Bob, Steve, and Patty.
who wouldn't be able to stand up if any of us in this ride, if any of us slept on the floor, we wouldn't be able to stand up. That's what we are.
Hi, Janet and Charles.
Hello, Janet and Charles.
We're so glad you're with us again.
Thank you, Patty, for what you're doing. So awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right, you guys know the drill around here. We're going to play an intro for you, then you're going to play a song. I have no idea what you're going to do. Then I will answer it somehow, and then you'll do another song. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Oops, of course I've screwed it up. Hang on.
Good thing we're not gone yet.
It's my first day. Hang on. Okay.
It's out.
Hey, is that working or not?
No,
What is going
no,
on?
it's little.
Well,
I'm sorry, this sucks. Hold on. Trying again. Everything's fine. This is the way it goes. Got
Try to
that.
share.
That. There we go.
It's our musical guest. Our musical guest. Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest.
Janet and Charles.
Hey. I feel really bad about doing this song after all that Patty said, but we're going to do it anyway. This is a song about, I'm sorry, Patty.
Is it We
a song
Love
about
Trump?
us being married because we've been married a long time.
She used to date a masseuse, but he rubbed her the wrong way. She used to date a magician. He disappeared one day. She set her sights on a sailor until he anchored away. Hey, I'm just saying, she's got rotten taste in men.
I guess that's why I married him. He used to date a contortionist, but she tied him up in knots. He dated a hairstylist. Now this is all the hair he's got. He once dated a nymphomaniac. Said he couldn't find a damn G-spot. He might not be a Casanova, but that's okay.
I'm a regular gee whiz today. I married her.
He married me.
And we've been living together
Ever after for the most part.
happily. If we had to do it all again, we'd do the same damn thing. I'd marry her.
He'd marry me.
Sometimes it seems like someone else is pulling all our strings. Why would a woman like this love a man like me?
You know, I wonder the same dang thing.
But I married her.
He married me.
And we've been living together
Ever after for the most part.
happily. She's the apple of my eye.
He's a cantankerous old cuss, but I still marry him.
She'd marry me again.
We'd marry us. I do.
Me too.
Aww, that's so sweet.
That was
So sweet.
So,
And just like you apologize to Patty, I'm going to apologize to you for ruining that lovely moment.
with this song.
So I'm out in the backyard burying my girlfriend on a moonlit night. You okay, Janet?
I just
out
took a
in the
drink. I almost
backyard.
mute on the computer. Oh my God.
I'm out in the backyard burying my girlfriend when I come across my wife. Realized I buried her in the same spot. What a silly thing to have forgot. So there I am with both of them, freaking shovel in my hand. And it just got awkward. Cause it's like I'd just been caught cheating. Like I betrayed the only two women I ever loved. I cherished them both, obviously, more than life itself. So I'm out in the backyard burying my girlfriend, and it just got awkward.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, another song from Janet and Charles.
A little awkward
No,
there.
no, my favorite part of that was your eye roll when you said loved. You did a huge eye roll on that. Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
I guess. So
You guys
we're
are an
gonna do-
inspiration, in case you didn't know that.
what? We're gonna do a song for all you rich people out there. You poor, pitiful, rich people.
I got a big old deck on my big old house. I got a big old steak on the grill. I got a big cigar and a big fat mouth. I got a rolled up dollar bill where cocaine flows to the big old nose that's attached to my big fat head. And you might say,
Lord, he's got everything.
what I wish that I was dead.
Oh, he wishes he was dead. I like to sit on my big old deck, sipping bourbon while the sun goes down. I got a maid that cleans and a cook that cooks.
She's got a man that drives her around.
I got a great big room full of leather-bound books that I ain't never read. I know it may sound funny, but I'm telling you, honey, I wish that I was dead.
Oh, she wishes that she was dead.
Cause I'm so sad.
I feel bad.
We're so sorry, we're so greedy, but now we want to repent. But I'm so blue.
Yeah, me too.
Cause we're two of the 1%. Whoa, Jesus. Last year we made more money than we could ever spend.
We didn't pay any taxes, 'cause Taco is our friend.
The rich keep a-getting richer, the fat cats keep a-getting fed.
That may sound cruel, and I'm telling all y'all, I wish all them fat cats was dead.
Oh, we wish those cats were dead.
Well, seriously, Camper,
'Cause I'm still sad.
I still feel bad.
We're so sorry, we're so greedy, but now we want to repent. But we're just so dang rich.
Yeah.
'Cause we're too well the 1%. Oh, we're too well the 1%. We've taken all your dollars,
But you still got good sense.
you saw what we did right there with the dollars and the cents things.
Yeah.
So shove those coins in a slot machine.
Well, we've all got to have a dream. Just look what Jack did with those beans. Come see. All the money went.
And you too
Can be one
of the 1%.
Yay.
So nice. Wow, you guys.
Yeah.
What a great
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing both of you in El Salvador. This is fantastic.
God, don't even joke.
This is Bob's idea. He told me to say that.
You're revoking citizenship, so it could be you.
It could be me. You guys are awesome. Where are you playing in the upcoming couple of weeks that we can catch you?
Where we play the Commodore Grill, we play the Millennium Maxwell House, and we play
Bobby's Idle Hour every Wednesday.
out. Yeah, we run like a guitar pool there on Wednesday afternoons from 1 to 5. So
I need to come down to that one of these days.
JanetandCharles.com. We have it all listed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
want to come to that too. Why can't I come
Come on.
to that?
You can.
Come on down. Where is that?
And you too
Nashville.
can be one of the 3 people that show up.
Nashville.
We have like 15 people playing. You don't want to come. It's a mess.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to get rid of you then if you.
And that is why Janet is in charge of the marketing for this duo.
That's right.
Unfortunately, you're right.
Speaking of marketing,
There he
Tim Collins,
is.
everybody! Yay!
Yay!
The most professional comedian we've had so far.
I think that's true.
This
Well,
is
until he finds out we're not paying him.
well, when he finds out what he makes. Although, if we remember, Jeff Shaw in the beginning had a whole setup thing he did with and then he just bailed on us and did not. Remember, he used to have a brick wall and a.
Oh yeah.
So, hi Tim, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Good to see y'all.
Well, fantastic. It's so nice that you're here. I'm glad Carla got us together and that you're
Yeah.
in Doylestown. And Steve, what's he going to do?
Oh, here's what's going to happen, Tim. You're going to do 10 minutes of amazing stand-up. No, first I'm going to play an intro for you. Then you're going to do 10 minutes of amazing stand-up. And then when you're done, we're going to tell you how awesome you are.
Thank
Steve,
you.
how are you more tired than me? How is that happening right now? How are you more tired than me?
Well,
I don't know. You see,
I drove to Cape Cod. That's how. Shut up.
that's true. That's true.
Here we go.
It's time for our big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
It's Tim Conniff.
All right. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you. Welcome to my basement. Hey, before I get started, I'd like to get to know my audience a little bit. If you are Gen Z, make some noise.
Yeah.
This is the hardest part of my set. This is the same response I get when I do college shows. They all look at each other and say, they have no idea. They have no idea. And I tell them, I'm like, hey, here's the good news. If you don't want to be Gen Z, you can change it. You can go home tonight and you can identify as a baby boomer. All you have to do is change your email suffix to AOL.com. Got an AOL? I knew we'd have one. Yeah, any Yahoos? We have any Yahoos? Yahoo? How about Hotmail? Hotmail?
God, no.
My wife has Hotmail. She is a beautiful 83-year-old woman. She is so hot. Well, millennials. Any millennials in the house? Thank God. Let's talk about them. So one of the hardest sets I had recently, I did a 40th birthday party down on the main line in Philadelphia, Brad. I'm sure you know that area. 50 people in the audience, 28 millennials and 22 free-range millennial offspring. Oh, yeah, run around, popping balloons while I'm trying to tell my jokes. I felt like I was in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, surrounded by drunken Oompa Loompas. And the one girl comes up and she starts hanging on my mic stand. Meanwhile, a mic stand I just bought on Facebook Marketplace for $20, which in comedy is 2 months' salary. And she wouldn't let go. And you're probably wondering, where was Millennial Dad? Well, he was sitting there, stroking his facial hair, sipping his grapefruit IPA, thinking about using his electric lawnmower. Yeah. And she would not let go. She would not let go. And, finally, it occurred to me as this was going on, I was like, if back in 1977, little Timmy Conniff is hanging on some guy's mic stand, and my dad had to put down his Genesee cream ale to separate me from said mic stand, this would have been little Timmy's first colonoscopy. Anesthesia, no copay, no lube. So finally he lays into her like only a millennial dad could when he says, Aurora, please come sit down. Can you let go of the mic stand, Aurora? Now, is that your mic stand, Aurora? I don't know, Dad. You brought her. Was she carrying a mic stand? Meanwhile, Aurora is the perfect name for this girl because she's in outer space. She's swinging on a pole in front of 50 people.
Oh, dear.
And the comedian in me wanted to reach in my pocket, grab a fistful of ones, and make it rain on that girl. Hey, DJ, Pour Some Sugar on Me so Dad over here could see the future's going to look like if he doesn't tighten some stuff up at home. But I didn't do that. Instead, I covered the mic and I leaned forward and I said, Aurora, there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
Right.
Oh.
And she looked up at me. She said, I know, I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
If you are Gen X, baby boomer, or above, make some noise.
Above? What's above?
Nice. Welcome to Artificial Hip Night here at the ballpark.
Yes.
After the show, we're going to line up some Metamucil shots. Who's in?
Oh, yeah.
Laughter should be regular. It should be.
Yes.
So I'm in that age group now, and there's certain times where it really hits you. Last summer, my wife and I went to see the Journey Def Leppard concert. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have not lived until you've heard 80s music performed by 80-year-olds. And while I was there, I bought a beer for $17. It was a 24-ounce can. I don't make it sound like I got ripped off or anything. But in one sentence, I turned into my dad when I looked at my wife and I said, I remember when $17 got you the whole case.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no.
And then they got to the end when they were sing the Def Leppard song. You all know the Def Leppard song. You're going to sing it with me right now. Step inside.
Walk this way.
You and me, babe.
Hey, hey.
Nice. And just as I'm about to smash my eardrums, my watch sends me my bedtime notification.
Yeah.
Oh,
9:55 p.m.
Yeah.
It was the biggest buzzkill ever. Oh. So my wife and I have 2 boys. Our oldest just turned 21, which is a bittersweet moment, as many of you know, because on the one hand, your little boy becomes a man. On the other hand, we lost a designated driver.
Yeah.
Remember those years between 16 and 21 where they could drive you home from any restaurant, any party? I used to call them the wonder years. Because I'd wake up every morning and I'd wonder, how the hell did we get home last night?
Yeah.
We also have a high school senior who still lives at home, by the way. And he's constantly complaining. He'll be sitting in his room doing schoolwork and we'll hear this. The Wi-Fi here is so slow. Yes, on the Wi-Fi here's a little slow, but you know what it's faster than? The Encyclopedia freaking Britannica. And I said, what do you care? Your teachers let you take open note tests. Oh, Dad, there were no open note tests when you were a kid? No. Not sanctioned by the teachers. No. Do you know if kids get a bad grade on a test today, they can ask to take a retest? A retest. When I was his age and I want to improve a grade, I had to wait for the teacher to leave the room, run up to the desk, find a red pen, open the grade book, and change that 66 into an 88. And that's a true story. Unfortunately, that's a true story. That's how I passed trig my senior year. I'm not proud of it. And I told him that story, and here's what he said to me. Well, Dad, why wasn't the grade book password protected? So at that point, I turned to my wife and I said, he will live in our basement deep into his 30s. And he wants to go to college. Guess what college he wants to go to? Georgetown. Any ideas how much Georgetown costs a year?
$152.
$25,000.
$80,000 a year. $80,000. Yeah. We have a little family talk about that one. He said, what's wrong, Dad? Can't we afford it? No, I said, you see, Daddy slings jokes for the Brad and Steve show. Money is not an issue.
Or an option.
Pretty soon, Daddy's going to be headliner for Ben and Jerry. And he wants to major in digital sports media marketing, which is a new way of saying unemployed. He just got his first cologne. You ready for this? Pumpkin spice cologne. He puts some on. He's like, what do you think, Dad? I said, I think it's great if you're trying to hook up with 40-year-old white women outside of Target. Standing there with a fistful of Kohl's cash.
Yeah.
Take you back to her place, pop a couple of White Claws, maybe watch The Bachelor. She'll be jumping out of those yoga pants, son. And he is mortified. He is absolutely mortified that I do stand-up comedy. He said, Dad, I only take comfort in the fact that you'll never make it.
Ouch.
I said, son, that's the same comfort I take in your ability to get into Georgetown. He said, Dad, you're too old, you're too stodgy, and you got no social media game. I got so pissed. I almost threw my BlackBerry at him. We got caught in the pocket of my members only jacket. Like the one Brad has on.
Yeah.
Too old, too stodgy, no social media game. So we're all going to prove him wrong tonight. I want everyone to take out your phone right now and follow me on LinkedIn.
I don't even follow my boss on LinkedIn.
MySpace.
Well, listen, I'll leave you with this. You know, one of the things that drives me nuts about these kids today is how they have like so much more than many of us ever had when we were growing up. My neighbor's 14-year-old daughter was over here the other night talking about how Aruba is her favorite island. I said, honey, when I was 14 years old, growing up in the 80s, I actually had two favorite islands, Fantasy and Gilligan's.
Yes.
You guys have been great. My name is Tim Conniff. Follow me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Tim Conniff, everybody.
Fantastic.
Well done, sir.
We're talking about these kids today. These kids today.
Today.
So let me ask you two questions. One, are your kids actually that age, or is that joke 2 years old? And
Yeah, that
my
joke is
daughter
about,
is still in elementary school.
2 to 3 years old. No, yeah, so they're a little older. Yeah, my youngest, who you just heard about, he's actually a freshman in college, and thankfully he did not go to Georgetown. He went to the University of South Carolina, which was very affordable.
Oh, that's fantastic. Although
Yeah.
is George, like, we always talk with my daughter, always apply to the Ivies because it's need based. So if you make 50,000 a year, you don't pay. You don't pay. You pay what you can pay at the Ivies.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if Georgetown's that way though. Probably not.
I don't know. Luckily, we did the visit, and he's like, I don't think this is
Yeah, a
for
lot
me.
of-
And I'm
lot
like,
of
it's definitely
white-
not for you.
A lot of white frat boys there. Yeah, we had a kid local go, and he said, I thought it would be like cool, and it was a bunch of really legacy jerks was the entire
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. A lot of old money. Yeah.
Steve, you're gonna play a song here right now?
Not right now. As soon as we're done.
Oh, okay. So where are you working?
So you can find me anywhere across Pennsylvania, Jersey, Delaware. I'll be at the Comedy Cabaret in Doylestown a couple times this month. I'm producing a new show up in the Lehigh Valley. I'll be at Music Fest in August for one of the shows at Music Fest. So
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
What are you
it's been
singing?
good.
No, I'm just kidding.
Slinging jokes.
All right. Well, we're producing shows. Steve's on the East Coast, so we bring him in, and
am.
don't pay him. Don't pay him like
Right.
that.
I
Gotta
tend
take care
to
of my
freeze up if
comedians.
there's money involved.
Yes. Thank you. So that was really strong. Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much,
you,
Tim.
Tim.
That was
Thanks,
really
guys.
good.
Appreciate you having me.
All
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not losing
Right.
steam. That was.
Here's the next thing before it gets to 5 in the morning.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
I thought I'd follow in the theme that Tim had established of old people can't get together with young people. I've done this before, but I'm doing it now. There's two kinds of people in the world. There's Swifties, and there's people who are mad that the ice cream machine at McDonald's never works. You're either in one group or the other, or you're in both. So I wrote this song to bring us all together, and this will solve the problem. Exactly. I
Is
want a
there a
chocolate shake. What?
Go.
Okay. I want a chocolate shake, but the drive-thru makes me wait. There's people in my way. They're ruining my day. I finally order up my shake, and I drive around to pay. But then the lady says no way. There's no ice cream today. That machine is oozing, but the stupid thing's refusing to make the milkshake that I'm choosing. No chocolate, no way, and damn it, this happens every night. Come on, Bob. Cause I just wanna shake, 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 shake. But the milkshake machine always breaks, breaks, breaks. How come McDonald's advertises milkshakes when the shakes are off? Shakes are off. Hey, hey, hey! While you were busy worrying about salads and lattes and stupid toys and Happy Meals, you could have been making bank with this thick treat. Thank you.
Yay, thick treats.
Yeah.
Right. And now, I think it's time to beg for money, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover for a 2-drink minimum, so what did you expect, Jack?
You know, universities in South Carolina are more affordable, but they ain't cheap, kids. They're not cheap. Go to virtualcomedyshow.com and donate to the comedians, and we can get at least one of the lunches in the dorm for Tim's son.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
One lunch in the dorm.
Struggle's real. Struggle is real.
Struggle is real, baby. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com because Patty just needs another day. She needs something.
She needs a hug is what she needs.
She needs a hug. She needs a friend. She needs just the world to be different. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com and
make the world different.
And make the world, and also because my wife and I got a little scammed yesterday. We went to we've been eating at one restaurant we really like that's not unaffordable, but then we went to a place last night and the bill was $145 and we thought it was going to be 40. And
Wow.
The sea bass was actually for 2 and we didn't know that, and it was double. So you donate to the show and maybe I can come home from this Spain. Okay, go ahead. Let's finish it up.
All right, worst joke of the week coming your way.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
And you thought the opening joke was long. Here we go.
I got to get some snacks. Hold on a second.
Everybody buckle up. A brother is in hot water after his pregnant sister asked him to get the gender results of her child and then order a cake to do a reveal party for the family so they would all be surprised. The brother ordered the cake, which when it was cut into was entirely gray inside. Now, you tell me what gray is. The brother had never received the results from the doctor and he didn't know what to do. So he made the cake gray for the family. The entire family was angry at the brother, with the father said, well, we don't know about the baby, but my wife is going to make sure one member of the family doesn't have any balls.
Good night,
Good night, everybody.
everyone.
Let's get out of here. That was the worst.